Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into how AI is changing the game for nonprofits.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It is right. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at the Nonprofits and Artificial Intelligence Guide
Okay.
by Allison Fine and Beth Cantor,
Okay.
which came out in February 2020. So this is,
A few years old.
a few years old, but I think it's still incredibly relevant.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, by the end of this deep dive,
You'll be an expert.
you'll have a solid understanding of how this technology is already being used to make a difference.
It's exciting to see how nonprofits are starting to embrace AI.
Yeah.
This guide is a fantastic resource because it breaks down complex concepts in a way that's
Totally.
accessible and actionable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people hear artificial intelligence and their minds go straight to like
Sci-fi.
sci-fi movies, right?
Yeah, robots taking over.
Exactly. But this guide emphasizes that AI is already all around us.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Like, give us some examples.
Every time Netflix recommends a show
Yeah.
or Amazon suggests a product you might like,
Yeah.
that's AI in action.
Really?
It's using data to predict what you'll enjoy based on your past behavior.
Wow, I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
So instead of robots taking over the world, we have algorithms helping us choose what to watch next.
Right.
That puts things in perspective.
It does.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to understand where AI fits in the grand scheme of things,
Okay.
it's helpful to look at the broader history of disruptive technologies.
Okay.
Jeremiah Ouyang,
Okay.
digital analyst,
Mhm.
has this fascinating framework of digital eras.
Okay.
And it's incredibly relevant here.
All right. I'm all ears. Break it down for me.
Well, it starts with the internet era,
Okay.
where the focus was on digitizing information.
Gotcha.
Then came the social media era,
Right.
which completely revolutionized how we communicate and even how nonprofits raise funds.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that was a
Yeah.
big one.
Huge shift.
Right.
And then the collaborative economy emerged with platforms like Uber and Airbnb, where
Yeah.
people could share resources directly.
Exactly.
And now we're in what Ouyang calls the autonomous world era,
Mm-hmm.
where AI takes center stage.
Right.
It feels like it's moving so fast.
Right, it is.
We're seeing a surge in automation with computers able to analyze massive amounts of data and perform tasks that used to require human intelligence.
Yeah. Things that would take
Or-
humans hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Computers can do it in a snap.
So AI is kind of the next logical step in this evolution of technology.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Flying cars, teleportation.
Well, hold on to your hat because Ouyang predicts the next era
Okay.
will be focused on modern well-being where tech enhances our human experience.
Oh, wow.
And then get this, the off-planet era where space exploration becomes more accessible.
We're going to space.
We're all going to space.
All right.
It's pretty mind-blowing to think about.
It is mind-blowing. But for now, let's focus on what AI means for nonprofits.
Right. Okay.
How do Fine and Cantor define it in the context of social good?
They emphasize that it's not just about the technology itself,
Okay.
but rather a process.
Okay.
It starts with strategic questions.
Mm.
What problem are you trying to solve?
Yeah.
What outcome are you hoping to achieve?
Gotcha.
Then it's about having the right data to feed into the AI system,
Okay.
which will use algorithms or sets of instructions to analyze that data and hopefully generate insights or predictions
Oh.
that can be used to take action.
So it's not as simple as just buying a piece of software and expecting magic to happen?
Nope.
You need a strategy,
Yeah, you need a purpose.
a clear purpose, and the right data to make AI work for you.
The right data, for sure.
Yeah.
That's super important.
And that's a crucial takeaway for nonprofits, especially those with limited resources.
Absolutely.
AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
It needs to be implemented thoughtfully and strategically.
Definitely thoughtfully and strategically.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know there are different types of AI out there.
Mm-hmm.
Where should a nonprofit even begin?
Fine and Cantor focus primarily on machine learning
Okay.
and natural language processing,
Okay.
as those are the most accessible and applicable for nonprofits at the moment.
Okay. I think I've heard those terms before, but could you break them down for me?
Sure.
As if I were completely new to AI, what exactly are we talking about here?
Imagine you're teaching a child to read by showing them pictures
Okay.
of everyday objects and repeating the corresponding words.
Okay. Yeah.
Over time, The child starts to recognize patterns
Right.
and associate those images with the words. That's the basic idea behind machine learning.
So it's like pattern recognition on steroids.
Exactly.
Okay.
But instead of a child learning to read, you have computers analyzing massive amounts of data.
Whoa!
Think spreadsheets, social media posts, donor records
Okay.
to identify patterns and trends that humans might miss.
Yeah. That's a lot of information.
It is.
Okay, that's pretty incredible. What about natural language processing? So what makes that so important for nonprofits?
Well, think about how much communication happens in the nonprofit world.
Right. Emails.
Emails,
Grant applications.
social media posts, grant applications, impact reports.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Natural language processing allows computers to understand and process human language.
You can read our emails.
It can read your emails, yeah. Opening up a ton of possibilities.
Like what? Give me an example of how that could be useful for a nonprofit.
One example is chatbots.
Okay.
You've probably seen them pop up on websites.
Oh, yeah, like those little
Yeah.
help buttons at the bottom.
Offering to answer questions or help you navigate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nonprofits are using chatbots to provide 247 support to donors and beneficiaries.
Wow.
Answer frequently asked questions.
Instead of having someone sitting there 24/7.
Exactly.
Okay.
And even collect leads for fundraising campaigns.
Oh, so instead of having a staff member tied up answering the same questions over and over, they can have a chatbot handle those basic tasks,
Right.
freeing up their time for more complex issues.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
It can dramatically increase efficiency
Yeah.
and allow nonprofits to do more with less.
I mean, isn't that the eternal struggle for nonprofits?
It is a constant challenge, right?
Always.
More to do with less resources.
Absolutely. That's a major win for nonprofits. Are there any other examples of how AI is being used to improve internal operations?
There are.
Okay.
Take Oxfam, for instance.
Okay.
They used internal bots to break down silos between departments
Okay.
and foster a more collaborative culture.
Oh, that's interesting.
Imagine bots sifting through internal communications
Okay.
and surfacing valuable knowledge or insights that might otherwise get buried.
So it's like having a digital assistant that keeps everyone in the loop
Right.
and makes sure important information doesn't fall through the cracks.
Yeah. And, sometimes things get so busy that's easy to do.
Oh, absolutely.
So this helps prevent that.
I can see how that would be a game changer, especially for larger organizations.
Especially for larger organizations with more moving parts.
Yeah.
More people.
More departments.
More everything.
Yeah, and it's not just about efficiency. AI can also help nonprofits rethink their existing models and challenge assumptions about how they operate.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Give me some examples. How are nonprofits using AI to actually change the way they do things?
Let's start with fundraising and marketing,
Okay.
an area where AI is making huge waves.
It feels like AI is touching every industry.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Many CRM platforms like Salesforce and Blackbaud have built-in AI tools that help nonprofits identify potential donors
Oh, wow.
and personalize their outreach.
Okay, wait, back up for a second. Can you explain what a CRM is?
Of course.
For listeners who might not be familiar with that term.
CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management.
Yeah.
And in the nonprofit world, it's basically a system for managing all your interactions with donors,
Okay.
volunteers, and other stakeholders.
Okay, so it's basically all of your
All your contacts
contacts in one place.
in one spot.
Got it.
It's where you keep track of donations, communications, event attendance,
All sorts of valuable data.
all that good stuff.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying that. So how does AI come into play with CRMs?
These AI-powered tools can analyze the data in your CRM
Okay.
to identify patterns and predict which individuals are most likely to donate,
That's incredible.
what kind of appeals they might respond to,
Wow.
and even how much they might be willing to give.
So instead of sending out generic fundraising appeals to everyone on their mailing list,
Yeah, just a blanket email to everyone.
Yeah.
No.
nonprofits can use AI to tailor their messages to individual donors,
Yes, much more personalized.
making them more likely to connect and give.
Right, because they feel seen.
Yeah,
They feel heard.
it's like they actually know me. Wow, that's brilliant. Are there any other ways nonprofits are using AI in their fundraising efforts?
There are tons of examples.
Give me another one.
One organization called First Draft
Okay.
is using AI to generate personalized action plans for major gift officers.
So they're working with the people who are going out and getting the really big donations.
Exactly.
Okay.
Helping them optimize their time and make the most of their interactions with high-value donors.
So they're helping them work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. It's like having a virtual coach
Oh, wow.
guiding them through the entire
Let's
process.
talk about a personal touch.
Right.
It sounds like AI is taking the guesswork out of fundraising
A lot of the guesswork.
and helping nonprofits build stronger, more meaningful relationships with their donors.
That's the goal.
That's amazing. And it's not just about acquiring new donors. AI can also help nonprofits retain their existing supporters.
Oh, that's so important.
It is, right?
Because like we were saying earlier, nonprofits are always strapped.
Yeah, they're always working with limited resources.
Time, money, people.
So you got to keep the people you got.
You got to keep who you got.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how does AI help with that?
Tools like Blackbaud Target Analytics can predict which donors are most likely to lapse
Oh, wow.
and guide retention efforts.
So it can tell you who's about to fall off.
Yes. And they can say, hey, this person's probably not going to give again. You should reach out.
You should reach out.
Make sure they're still happy.
Yeah.
See if they have any questions or concerns.
Maybe they just forgot.
Maybe they just forgot.
Or life got in the way.
Life got in the way.
Yeah.
So many things can happen.
That's so important. I've heard it costs way more to acquire new donors
Oh, it does, Abyss.
than to keep existing ones happy.
Yeah, so much cheaper to keep people happy.
You're absolutely right. And some organizations are using AI to boost repeat giving, charity. Water, for example, uses a tool called Quilt AI
Okay.
to analyze their Facebook ad content and figure out what kind of messaging resonates most with donors.
So they're seeing what's working
Yeah,
and what's not working.
and encourages them to sign up for recurring donations.
Because recurring donations, that's the holy grail.
It is, right. It's
It's
that insistent
A reliable
revenue.
Revenue.
Yes.
Wow. They're using AI to get inside the minds of their donors and figure out what makes them tick.
Yeah, it's for getting all that good data.
Yeah. That's impressive. And what about smaller nonprofits that might not have the resources for these fancy platforms?
Sure,
Is there anything out there for them?
absolutely.
Okay, good.
For smaller fundraising teams, juggling multiple programs,
Yeah, because they're doing
wear all the hats.
everything.
All the hats.
Yeah.
There's Neon One, a mobile app that uses AI to help them manage donor programs more effectively.
Oh, wow.
It can handle a lot of the administrative tasks,
Okay.
freeing up staff to focus on building relationships
Yeah.
and cultivating their donors.
So again, working smarter, not harder.
It's like AI is becoming the ultimate fundraising sidekick, helping nonprofits of all sizes reach their full potential.
You could say that.
Yeah.
But what's even more exciting is the potential for AI to go beyond just efficiency.
Oh, okay, so there's more.
There's more.
What else we got?
It can help nonprofits become more human-centered in their approach.
Okay, now that's an interesting twist. How does AI make nonprofits more human-centered?
Yeah, that does seem counterintuitive.
It does.
Think about it. When AI takes over those repetitive, time-consuming tasks,
Okay.
it frees up staff to focus on what humans do best.
Oh, okay.
Building relationships,
Right.
connecting with donors and beneficiaries on a deeper level,
Yeah.
using their empathy and intuition to solve complex problems.
So it's not about replacing humans.
It's not about replacing.
It's about amplifying their strengths and allowing them to focus on the things that really matter.
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense. What other opportunities does AI open up? We've talked about efficiency, human-centeredness. What else is on the horizon?
Well, one of the most exciting possibilities is the potential for AI to foster innovation and collaboration
Okay.
across the entire nonprofit sector.
That would be amazing.
It would.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where organizations are openly sharing their AI tools and insights,
Okay.
breaking down silos and working together to amplify their impact.
Wow, that would be incredible.
It would be like a true collaborative ecosystem powered by AI.
Yeah.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities.
It is. It's exciting, and it's a little bit scary.
It can be, yeah.
But it's mostly exciting.
Mostly exciting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
It is. And it's not just about collaboration within the sector. AI can also help nonprofits rethink their existing models.
Right.
From program delivery to staffing structures to fundraising approaches.
It really can impact all of it.
It's a catalyst for change, pushing organizations to challenge the status quo and explore new possibilities.
I love it.
So it's not just about doing things faster or cheaper. It's about doing things differently.
Mm.
Finding innovative solutions to complex problems, that's pretty powerful.
It is.
But with any new technology, there are always challenges, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some important considerations that nonprofits need to keep in mind
Yeah.
as they explore the potential of AI.
Right. There's always a flip side. What are some of the key challenges that nonprofits face when it comes to AI? What do they need to be aware of?
One of the biggest is finding the right fit.
Okay.
It's crucial for nonprofits to have a clear understanding of what AI can and cannot do.
Right. It's not a magic bullet.
It's not a magic bullet.
Right.
They need to consult with experts to ensure that AI is the right solution for the problem they're trying to solve.
So it's not about jumping on the AI bandwagon just because it's trendy.
Right.
It's about being strategic and thoughtful about its application.
Exactly.
That makes sense. And then there's the issue of data.
Well, the data.
AI systems need vast amounts of clean, organized data to function properly.
They do. They're very hungry for data.
And that can be a major challenge for nonprofits.
For sure.
Many organizations struggle with data collection, data hygiene, and even data privacy.
Data dilemma.
Data dilemmas, yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's a common challenge.
Yeah.
And it's one that nonprofits need to address head on if they want to leverage AI effectively.
Okay.
Investing in data infrastructure and data literacy is crucial.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about having the right foundation in place to support it. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And speaking of foundations, it's important to remember that AI should always be grounded in the values and principles
Right.
that guide the nonprofit sector.
It's got to align with the mission.
It has to.
Right.
It's not about adopting technology for technology's sake. It's about using it to advance social good and make a positive impact on the world.
That's a powerful message.
Yeah,
AI has the potential to be a force for good,
it does.
but it needs to be guided by a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to ethical and responsible use.
Couldn't agree more.
It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with AI.
We really have. I mean, this is just the beginning.
It is.
We're at the tip of the iceberg.
I think you've given our listeners a lot to think about.
I hope so. It's a lot to process,
It is.
but very exciting.
If you're working at a nonprofit or just passionate about social good, what are some practical things you can do to start exploring the potential of AI?
I'd say one of the best things you can do is to start paying attention to how AI is already being used in your daily life.
Okay.
Think about the recommendations you get on Spotify or Netflix,
Yeah.
the personalized ads you see on social media, or even the spam filters
Yeah.
that keep your inbox clean.
I hate spam.
These are all powered by AI,
Yeah.
and they offer a glimpse into what's possible.
That's a great point. Once you start noticing AI in your everyday life, it's not so intimidating anymore.
Right, it's all around us.
Yeah.
It becomes more familiar and less like something out of a science fiction movie.
Yeah, exactly. And as you become more aware of how AI is being used, start thinking about how those same principles could be applied to the work you do at your nonprofit.
Right.
Could AI help you automate a time-consuming task? Could it help you reach new donors or better serve your beneficiaries?
Think about how you could use it.
Yeah, it's about looking at the challenges you face through a new lens
Absolutely.
and asking, could AI be part of the solution?
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
There's a lot of resources out there.
There are tons of resources available to nonprofits, from online courses and webinars to consultants
Yes.
and tech companies that specialize in AI for social good.
Exactly.
And don't forget about the power of networking.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah, reach out to other nonprofits that are already using AI, attend conferences, join online communities,
All of that.
learn from their experiences, and find out what's working for them.
That's a great suggestion.
And as you're exploring the potential of AI, it's important to remember that technology is just a tool. It's a means to an end.
It's not the end all be all.
Right? Not an end in itself. The real magic happens when you combine the power of technology
Yes.
with human ingenuity, compassion, and a deep understanding of the needs you're trying to address.
That's such an important point. AI should never be about replacing human connection
Yeah.
or dehumanizing the people we serve.
We don't want to turn into robots.
No.
Right.
It should be about enhancing our ability to connect,
Yeah.
to empathize, and to create a more just and equitable world.
I love that it's about using AI to amplify our humanity, not diminish it.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one message you want to leave our listeners with? What's the most important thing you hope they'll take away from this conversation?
I hope they'll walk away feeling both excited and empowered.
Okay.
Excited about the incredible potential of AI to transform the nonprofit sector.
Yeah.
And empowered to start exploring how this technology can make a difference in their own organizations and communities.
That's a great message. It's not about being intimidated by AI. It's about embracing its possibilities and using it as a force for good.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And keep those questions we talked about top of mind as you continue your journey with AI. What would the ideal partnership between humans and AI look like in your organization?
That's a great question.
And how can you ensure that AI truly amplifies your ability to create positive change in the world?
Those are the questions that will guide us
Yeah, those are the big ones.
as we navigate this exciting new frontier.
Thanks again for sharing your expertise with us.
It is my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into a topic that's shaping the world around us.
See you next time.
So we've talked about the potential of AI to make nonprofits more efficient, more human-centered, and more innovative.
Yeah, lots of potential.
But as you mentioned earlier, there are also challenges to consider.
Always.
What are some of the things that nonprofits need to be mindful of as they start to explore and implement AI solutions?
You're right, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are some very real concerns that need to be addressed.
Yeah, what are some of those?
One that comes up frequently is the issue of data privacy.
Right.
Nonprofits often work with sensitive personal information.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Think about healthcare organizations, social service agencies, or advocacy groups.
Yeah, all dealing with sensitive stuff.
They need to be incredibly careful about how they collect, store, and use that data, especially when AI systems are involved.
Yeah, you wouldn't want sensitive data falling into the wrong hands or being used in ways that could harm the people you're trying to help.
Exactly.
So what can nonprofits do to ensure that they're using AI responsibly and protecting the privacy of their stakeholders?
Transparency is key.
Okay.
Nonprofits need to be upfront and honest with their donors, beneficiaries, and the public about how they're using AI
Okay.
and what data they're collecting.
Right, so be clear about it.
Be clear about
Don't
it.
hide it.
Don't hide it.
Yeah.
Be upfront.
Yeah.
They need to have clear policies in place and make sure those policies are easily accessible and understandable.
So people know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And of course, they need to comply with all relevant data privacy laws and regulations.
Right, because those are constantly changing.
They are. Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider.
It is.
It's not just about the technology itself, it's about the ethical implications and the potential impact on real people.
Absolutely, we have to think about the people.
Do Fine and Cantor offer any guidance on how nonprofits can navigate these complex issues?
They do.
Okay.
They stress the importance of having a human-centered approach to AI,
Okay.
which means putting people at the forefront of every decision.
Gotcha.
It's about asking questions like,
Yeah.
how will this AI system impact our beneficiaries?
Mm.
Will it improve their experience or create unintended consequences?
Right.
Are we being transparent about how we're using their data?
It's about making sure that technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
Exactly. We don't want to become slaves to the machines.
Yeah.
And they also emphasize the importance of collaboration.
Okay.
Nonprofits shouldn't be trying to figure this out on their own.
Yeah.
There are experts out there who can provide guidance and support.
Okay.
And there's a growing community of nonprofits that are sharing their experiences and best practices.
So it's about building a network of support.
Yes.
And learning from each other's successes and failures.
Absolutely. We can all learn from each other.
That's encouraging. Now, let's say a nonprofit leader is listening to this and they're thinking, okay, I get it. AI has huge potential, but I have no idea where to start. What advice would you give them?
I would say start by educating yourself.
Okay.
Read the Nonprofits and Artificial Intelligence Guide.
All right, so go back to the source.
Go back to the source.
Okay.
Explore online resources, attend webinars and conferences.
So do your research.
Do your research.
Okay.
The more you understand about AI, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions.
Knowledge is power.
It really is.
And once you have a basic understanding of AI, what's next?
Start small.
Okay.
You don't need to launch a massive AI project right out of the gate.
Okay, take baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Identify a specific problem or opportunity within your organization where AI could potentially make a difference.
So find something manageable.
Yes. Find a small project.
Okay.
Maybe it's automating a time-consuming task,
Okay.
improving donor targeting, or personalizing communications with beneficiaries.
So it's about finding a low-stakes pilot project where you can test the waters and see how AI works in practice.
Exactly, a little experiment.
Okay.
And once you've identified a pilot project, do your research.
Okay.
Explore different AI tools and vendors. Talk to other nonprofits that have implemented similar solutions.
Okay.
And find a partner that aligns with your values and understands the unique needs of the nonprofit sector.
It's about finding the right fit, not just jumping on the first shiny new technology that comes along.
Precisely.
And remember, AI is a journey, not a destination.
Yes, it's constantly evolving.
It's a constantly evolving field, and you'll need to be adaptable and willing to learn as you go.
Absolutely.
Embrace the learning curve.
That's the fun part.
So we've talked about the potential of AI, the challenges and the steps nonprofits can take to get started.
Mm-hmm.
As we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways you want our listener to walk away with?
I think the most important takeaway is that AI is not just a technology trend.
Okay.
It's a fundamental shift in how we approach problem solving and social impact.
Whoa.
It has the potential to transform the nonprofit sector in profound ways,
That's huge.
but only if we use it thoughtfully, ethically, and in service of our missions.
It's not about replacing human connection, it's about amplifying it.
Exactly.
It's about using AI as a tool to create a more just equitable and compassionate world.
Well said.
And I think finding Cantor leave us with a very important question, one that every nonprofit leader should be asking themselves.
Okay, what is it?
What would the ideal partnership between humans and AI look like in your organization or in the sector as a whole?
That's a great question.
And one that doesn't have an easy answer.
It's going to take a lot of thought.
It's something that will require ongoing reflection and dialogue as we navigate this new landscape of AI and social good.
Absolutely. And as we continue to explore the possibilities of AI,
Yeah.
we need to keep asking ourselves, how can we ensure that AI truly amplifies our ability to create positive change in the world?
That's a powerful question to end on.
It is a call to action.
It is a call to action for all of us to think critically, to collaborate, and to ensure that AI is used as a force for good in the world. It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with AI, but I think you've given our listeners a lot to think about.
I hope so. It's a fascinating topic.
If you're working at a nonprofit or just passionate about social good, what are some practical things you can do to start exploring the potential of AI?
I'd say one of the best things you can do is to start paying attention to how AI is already being used in your daily life.
Oh, that's interesting.
Think about the recommendations you get on Spotify or Netflix,
Okay.
the personalized ads you see on social media, or even the spam filters that keep your inbox clean.
Oh, yeah.
These are all powered by AI.
Really? I never even thought about that.
It's everywhere,
Wow.
and they offer a glimpse into what's possible.
That's a great point. Once you start noticing AI in your everyday life, it's not so intimidating anymore.
Right. It becomes more familiar and less like something out of a science fiction movie.
Exactly. And as you become more aware of how AI is being used,
Yeah.
start thinking about how those same principles could be applied to the work you do at your nonprofit.
It's a great idea.
Could AI help you automate a time-consuming task? Could it help you reach new donors or better serve your beneficiaries?
So many possibilities.
It's about looking at the challenges you face through a new lens
Yeah,
and asking, could AI be part of the solution?
exactly.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Right. There are tons of resources available to nonprofits.
There are. Like what?
From online courses and webinars to consultants and tech companies that specialize in AI for social good.
Oh, wow.
So much out there.
And don't forget about the power of networking.
Oh, yeah. Networking is key.
Reach out to other nonprofits that are already using AI. Attend conferences, join online communities,
All great ideas.
learn from their experiences, and find out what's working for them.
That's a great suggestion.
And as you're exploring the potential of AI, it's important to remember that technology is just a tool. It's a means to an end, not an end in itself.
We don't want to lose sight of the bigger picture.
Right. The real magic happens when you combine the power of technology with human ingenuity, compassion, and a deep understanding of the needs you're trying to address.
That's such an important point. AI should never be about replacing human connection
Yeah.
or dehumanizing the people we serve.
We want to use it to enhance our work, not replace it.
Exactly. It should be about enhancing our ability to connect, to empathize, and to create a more just and equitable world.
I love that it's about using AI to amplify our humanity, not diminish it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one message you want to leave our listeners with?
Okay.
What's the most important thing you hope they'll take away from this conversation?
I hope they'll walk away feeling both excited and empowered.
Okay.
Excited about the incredible potential of AI to transform the nonprofit sector.
Yeah.
And empowered to start exploring how this technology can make a difference in their own organizations and communities.
Yeah, that's a great message. It's not about being intimidated by AI. It's about embracing its possibilities and using it as a force for good.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep those questions we talked about top of mind as you continue your journey with AI.
Absolutely.
What would the ideal partnership between humans and AI look like in your organization? And how can you ensure that AI truly amplifies your ability to create positive change in the world?
Those are the questions that will guide us as we move forward.
Those are the big questions.
Yeah.
Thanks again for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into a topic that's shaping the world around us.